We're gonna wait a couple more minutes. Or I can get a phone call. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. I will try not to sniff in the future. I say immediately sniffing. But yeah, it's about 4:30. We'll start creating our new character. So now I'm going to where I was muted the whole time and lost the entire attempt at an intro. But yeah, if I did lose the intro, I am Neon Nautilus. I am coming from an art roleplay Tumblr blog, Creepy Crowleys, and people kind of seemed interested in me going through the whole game. You can go ahead and watch these videos, but we've already voted on which faction and which starting class we're going with. Here we go.
It's all about power. Grabbing it, keeping it, using it. Power is our currency, our DNA, our God. We control the world. We provide the blueprint and we give the instructions. We're the people in grainy photos on grassy knolls. We're the shadowy faces in smoky back rooms and darkened boardrooms. We're right here, hiding in plain sight, buying and selling favors. Blackmail, treason, deceit, these are our stock in trade. We work the magic of the drunken evenings with senators and chiefs of staff. We shake down demons and negotiate with sorcerers. We have stocks in hell and compromising photos of angels. We use any means necessary, regardless of the cost, because the world is a bad place, and you can either do or get done. We're the Illuminati, and we're not done.
So, for anyone who hasn't seen The Secret World or Secret World Legends before, it essentially takes place in a world where all kinds of myths, legends, and conspiracy theories are true or have some basis in truth. And that's where our three factions here come in. The character I play on Tumblr, Crowley, is in the Illuminati. These are their rivals, the Templars.
You came to us in search of a purpose. And mark this, there is no purpose greater than ours. The world will founder without structure and discipline. It needs leadership to guide it to a new age of stability. It needs those with the will to stamp out the darkness that breeds in the cracks. We do this because we are compelled by tradition, by loyalty, by laws. Without these, we are just animals. Evil reigns over animals, corrupting and compromising, toppling empires. So our empire must be incorruptible, must be uncompromising. Our conflict must be a righteous one. Your conviction will be tested, but among us, your faith will be unshaken. Among the Templars.
And our third faction here, the Dragon, is the one we're going to be playing with our new character. Here they are.
카오스를 이론적으로 정의해볼까? 그건 1000개의 동전을 공중에 던지는 것과 같다. 하나하나의 동전이 떠올랐다가 떨어지면서 정의와 탐욕, 관용과 처형, 고난과 따분함을 결정하는 것이다. 드래곤은 누구일까? 우리는 동전의 어느 한쪽 면도 아니다. 그저 운명이 우리를 위해 움직이기를 바랄 뿐이다. 우리는 동전이 아니라 동전을 던지는 손이다. 동전이 그리는 궤적이고 동전을 흔드는 거친 바람이기도 하다. 셀 수 없는 조건에 따라 결과는 달라지지만 우리는 그 모든 결과를 파악하고 조작하려고 노력한다. 1000개의 동전이 떨어져 내리는 동안 우리는 공식을 만들고 계산해서 각 동전이 어디에 떨어질지 예측한다. 동전이 떨어진 다음에는 어떻게 할까? 우리는 상황에 따라 적당히 조절한 다음 동전을 다시 공중으로 튕긴다. 우리는 드래곤이다. 이론이 정의하는 범위를 넘어 카오스를 제어한다.
And here we go. I already thought a little bit about who I want to make. wish some of these were a bit darker, but... Yeah, sure. I think this might be good. Like I said earlier, the starter class we're going with was also picked by vote on my roleplay account. We are going with Trickster. If our username works here, then we will go ahead. And we're going. So I'll leave you with the cutscene.
Further developments in Tokyo, where the military is maintaining a heavily guarded perimeter around the site of last month's terrorist attack. The Japanese government has stated that an unidentified radical political group released a biological agent in the Tokyo subway, less than 1 kilometer from Orochi Town. Although the area has been evacuated, there have been eyewitness reports of activity inside the perimeter, including ongoing fighting between a Orochi security personnel and armed civilians. Authorities are denying these reports, and the military has barred anyone from approaching within 100 meters of the temporary perimeter.
You will see the end of days. You will see the dawning of a new age. To be a monarch or a beggar. To lose everything or to become a god. To stand with us or against us. The choice is yours. Remember this.
Closer, child.
Hey, Pim. Yeah, I felt like replaying it, and people on Tumblr seemed a bit interested. Nobody's actually showed up, though. Good times indeed.
The world trembles. You must learn or be swept away.
Dear one, you have woken up in your bedroom, which is transported into a small cemetery. Proceed forward and learn more about this dream that you are unable to wake up from.
Haste. The dead are rising to the siren song. Destroy them. Basic abilities are as effortless as breathing, but power abilities draw upon their reservoir of energy. Lay the dead to rest. Silence the call.
Whoever heard of getting powers from a magic bug? We have joined the dragon this time. They put some polls up before we started, like a few weeks ago.
Listen to the voices that whisper in your sleep.
You don't like dragons?
You must learn focus and control. The Watchers will intervene only in dreams and only once. Every weapon becomes a unique focus for your abilities. Chaos spins in the focus you carry. Master the paradox, control the singularity, and embrace the doppelganger.
So yeah, we also chose Trickster as our starting class, so we get Chaos and Pistols.
Speciality Spotlight. Chaos Magic. Working with controlled chaos. Every time your chaos abilities deal damage divisible by 8, you generate 2 to 4 paradoxes. Once 8 paradoxes are generated, one of 3 types of chaotic effects is triggered. A singularity creates rifts in the fabric of reality around you which explodes, dealing damage and knocking down enemies. An enigma is a small beneficial effect applied on your enemy. Purging that effect or defeating that enemy will grant you and your whole team a much stronger version of the effect. Extra-dimensional doppelganger are clones of yourself that can attack your enemies.
I don't know why this menu is in French. Yeah, it's been a while and I thought we'd revisit, and also I can't remember how to play anymore.
The Rakshasa have also come to heed the song. Have pity, but spare them no mercy. They will not go free. The world shakes, the dead rise. You will be tested.
You are cursed with free will.
Also, I've installed a few mods. My reticule right now is Descendants, which shows like my weapon energy and enemy HP and my HP. There are a few other mods that'll be visible later. Mostly just like UI stuff and map markers. Hi.
Revenants do not follow the call. They follow death. You cannot leave this place while it lives. Be agile. Be confident. Your life depends upon it.
And now we've completed our first mission. We're watching you. From the dragon. How kind of them. Oh, this is another one of my mods. Double Agent, I believe it's called. It lets me just check and see what the other factions have to say about anything. Well, if anybody ends up showing up, you'll have to help them out. Because I don't intend on solving puzzles myself if I can avoid it.
Make the right choices.
We're going from a graveyard into what looks like an Egyptian tomb.
Fighting eternal darkness is a fool's errand. Wisdom is the light that drives the darkness away.
We have no map. You have woken up within a dream, but it's not your own. You are being led through several locations that you have never seen before. You have landed in a dark and forgotten corridor. The way forward seems unclear. Look around for clues to proceed.
The torch, child. We speak in metaphors because alien minds cannot decipher them. Your path will be equally puzzling. Wisdom must be your torch.
But if you're here for the monster ladies and I'm here for the monster ladies, then who will solve the puzzles? We may be trapped here forever. True. Did you ever get to see Egypt or any of the other places? I think we started in Blue Mountain, maybe? I feel like I remember the Orochi camp there. But anyway, yeah, this one's just walking on that symbol, really. way across. And we have survived.
You are with
You
the
are
chosen,
with the chosen, but
you
you
must
must
make
choose
the right
for yourself.
choices.
But for now...
Even if this is
This is merely a dream.
Anything more to say, me, spooky voices? Sometimes you just don't suspect the cheap plastic clock. It really does.
They are the cats prowling at the walls of reality. You are the mouse. It is best to remain unseen.
You have stepped into a seemingly abandoned facility. Strange emblems of a crimson fist can be seen on various walls and crates. Proceed with caution, as traps and unseen threats are lurking around every corner.
A clever mouse creeps carefully to avoid stepping on a trap.
But also what it's doing here is running us through the three main mission types. The first one with mostly combat is an action mission. Then we have the mostly researchy type of mission for the previous area. And now we're into the sabotage missions, which tend to run more stealth.
It's not my place to intervene, but then
I probably will not be trying for the stealth achievements in this run. I say, and then I probably actually will try for them, but... Some of the sabotage missions are just evil. Them and the Lava Game Champion achievement. There are a bunch to get, but not that I remember the hotkey to actually show them at the moment, but never mind, I found it. There are a bunch for just killing enemies, visiting different locations. Collecting stuff, crafting stuff. I think Crowley has like a ninja outfit that I got for doing all the stealth achievements on her, and it was kind of a pain. Got some weird guys and gas masks.
Where the cat walks, the clever mouse will walk unseen. A mouse cannot defeat a cat face to face.
Which absolutely means this thing will destroy us if it sees us. I don't know. I haven't really been in there lately. Our war machine has a nice code on it, 3691. Here's a handy keypad in which to put in the code.
Talismans can protect you, strengthen you, and focus you. But they cannot save you. Nothing can save you, but the choice will set you free one way or another.
And as our different types of story missions are generally the only ones that we can't repeat. Others are all like on a cooldown. Just, I think it's like a few days since I'm not patron, and about 8 hours for patrons. We're checking your progress. We're waiting. It's the same for everyone. And we have a medallion.
Hurry. We have no time to spare.
Shouldn't we consult the Council of Venice first?
Now is not the time for argument.
What was that? Something's coming out of the ground.
Go! Go now!
Don't hold anything back.
So the dragon get the kind of roughest start. There is no invitation. We don't get a free plane ticket to anywhere. We just are in Seoul now. You've been abandoned in the back streets of an unknown city. Last thing you remember is having come into contact with wild, unwieldy power in your own home. Then there was a knock at the door and the touch of a silent visitor. As far as you can tell, the visitors took nothing from you. They inflicted no violence, and yet they sedated you and left you disoriented in these unfamiliar streets, presumably for a reason. Butterflies seem to be leading the way forward. Find out where they lead. That's also fair.
It's in here somewhere. I've seen it. I've seen. Are you familiar with the butterfly effect? It asserts that just a tiny change in initial conditions can dramatically change the long-term behavior of a system, like a butterfly's wings affecting the weather system, turning a light breeze into a tsunami. Most people take this to mean there's no way to predict or find patterns in a system so easily affected by tiny, random, seemingly insignificant events. But chaos theory is not about chaos. It's about order. It's about finding the underlying order in apparently random data. In chaos. In other words, chaos isn't. There's always order. Always. That order is what the dragon chases relentlessly. What they're doing is experimentation. They are testing the systems. They breeding butterflies so that they can discern the patterns. The more random data they introduce to the system, the more data they get back. They're creating a model of the universe, one tsunami at a time. But this is a controlled experiment. So the dragon ensures that with every tiny random change, they remain in complete control. They are ruthless planners. And what they're doing, what they're planning, is acts of... In a way, they are terrorists. Except their acts of terror are small, seemingly without consequence. They don't blow up buildings or planes. They don't murder the innocent. They don't have a doctrine. What they are doing is a lot more subtle, a lot more effective. They now have enough data in their models now to predict causality, at least to some degree. They put you somewhere, they have a good idea what's going to happen. That's what it's all about. Why you've been brought here to Seoul. I'm sure you're asking yourself, why me? Why now? It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters now is that you've been brought here because they want you here. They need you here. Everything from the moment they visited you until this conversation, it may seem like a series of coincidences, random events. Carefully planned. Part of a model they've designed. Part of a system. It's an experiment, don't you see? Everything has a purpose. Everything is true. Sooner or later, they all go upstairs.
But first we're going to talk to this guy.
I help you? Me? Oh, I used to be a professor of history at a prestigious university in America. The board, they let me go. I lost my tenure. They said I was mentally unstable, but I know what happened. Someone got to them, and they probably never even knew. As far as they're concerned, I was a troublemaker. That's how the dragon operates. Subtle terror. Arranging the pieces just so to... But you know all about that. I don't need to. At first, I thought it was all just a coincidence. The documents I found, the books I came across, the information I uncovered. But they wanted me here, so they made sure I came here. I'm a resource to them, and as long as they need me, I can't leave. I mean, I can try, but I can never leave. I remember the first time I came across those letters. I was fascinated and terrified, but I knew I wouldn't be able to let the opportunity pass. To learn about the existence of the secret world, a secret history of the world. As the years passed, I became more and more obsessed. I lost my job, my wife. It took over my whole life, uncovering and documenting the secret world. I felt this was my life's mission. Nothing else mattered to me. I was blind. I didn't realize I was being used. They wanted me to document the secret history of the world, but not so that I could go public with it. I'm their private historian now. I'm their tool. I belong to the dragon. Oh, the dragon. They're nothing less than the greatest mystery and marvel of the secret world. From the moment I learned of their existence, I was fascinated. I've studied them, chased down obscure clues, attempted to decipher their complex past. Some days I feel the only thing I've learned is that there's so much left to learn. I've only seen scattered pieces of the puzzle. But you look long enough at those pieces, and a pattern begins to emerge. Shapes and colors, whispered voices, like the buzzing of bees. It may seem like chaos, but there is a beauty and order to it all. Events set in motion to ripple across the world, and the world bends to the dragon's will. Order through chaos. Construction through destruction. I could talk for hours about the Illuminati, yes. They were once a great and arrogant beast, not unlike the Templars today. But they got burned and were forced to change and adapt. The Templars outmatched and outwitted them in Europe, and they did the only thing they could do to save themselves. They fled to the New World. They regrouped and rebuilt. The Templars underestimated them, left them to grow like a cancer until it was too late. They are even more powerful now than they were back then, and a lot more modern and adaptable than the Templars. The Illuminati is built like a corporation. It's cold and pragmatic. and not tied to traditions or doctrine. They are all about the bottom line: power, money, influence, control. They're obsessed with it. I'm not even sure they know what to do with it anymore once they have it, other than spread their web even further. There is no grace, no beauty, no purpose. But it is efficient. I'll give them that. The bull in the china shop. They see themselves as refined aristocrats, but they are brutes. Anyone gets in their way, they get trampled, and they completely lack the ability to change. But why would they want to change? They are in a position of enviable power, more so than any other secret society. No vote passes on the Council of Venice unless the Templars are behind it. They have a tradition on their side. They have a weight. They have the biggest standing army of any cabal. I'm told that there are changes happening within the organization, the so-called the New Templars. But theirs is a slow ship to turn, and based on historical data, I don't see the more radical elements being successful. Not in the long run. Temple Hall is built on a foundation of history, tradition, and blood. Without that, the roof will sooner or later come crashing down on their heads. The Brotherhood of Phoenician Sailors is supposedly the black sheep of the secret world. To be honest, I don't see a great deal of difference between what they do and what the rest of them have done. What the Phoenicians lack is the support of the council and the power to push their agenda through a vote. It's not like the big three are bastions of morality. They're all willing to sell each other out if it serves their cause. The Phoenicians are just a little more willing to turn their coats than the rest of them. They sell their services to the highest bidder, and more often than not, they're just in it for the money. That's where they differ from the others, and so they are labeled privateers. But why should that surprise anyone? The Phoenicians have never tried to hide who they are, and they have not changed in more than 2,000 years. They're the favorite punching bag of both the Illuminati and the Templars, and the Phoenicians seem to take it in their stride. Still, I fear the Council and its members may be underestimating the Phoenicians at this point. You can only kick a dog so many times before it bites. I believe we'll soon see how hard they can bite. The dragon does not belong to any place. This is simply where they are now, and it's like a maelstrom pulling everything in, spitting out what it doesn't want. If you land here and stay here, you're important to them in some way or another. You might know why and how, or you might not, but just being here means that you are. This place, this neighborhood within Seoul, is like a dragon itself. It's a maze, an illusion, it's chaos, it's the dragon. The competition and infighting between the big three is not new. It's been going on for literally ages. It used to be that they would meet in the open and fight to the death, but it came to a point at the Battle of Armageddon. It was the clash of the Titans, and the world was almost destroyed in its wake. From that day on, the societies agreed there needed to be rules. If the world was ever to discover that it was being ruled by a small elite, and that the demons and monsters of the night are more than figments of our imaginations, there would be widespread panic, and our society would crumble. So they formed a Council of Venice, a council governed by the cabals to keep their world secret. All the major and minor players have representatives, and they have the authority to police the other societies, to a degree. You can only imagine how hard it is to govern those who wish to govern themselves, how difficult it is to deal with as many agendas as there are member societies. But for all the failings of the council, There is one thing they are in full control of: the secret war. Rather than having agents fight each other all over the place, risking death and exposure, the Council allows for organized battles in approved locations where the secret societies can fight for the control of resources, far from the public eye, and with as little blood spilled as possible.
Which isn't really a thing anymore in this version of game. There used to be more PvP areas. Something, or someone, has led you to the Kumiho Hotel. Pop music blares in the lobby, and the professor has painted the way upstairs.
I'll see you later.
You're shy. Shy, confused, lost. You're not lost anymore. The dragon found you. And now, you found me. Everything happens for a reason. Every event, no matter how small, has consequences. They will ask you to do things, and most of the time, you will not know why, or what the consequences may be. It is the curse of the dragon. We do not know why we do what we do, but we do it regardless, because they tell us it is right. From chaos, there is order. Order and clarity. The one moment of absolute clarity comes in that brief exhalation of ecstasy. When our minds are empty, we are receptive to the truth. Most of the time, you will not understand their reasons. You will not be able to see the consequences of your actions. But there is one event you must understand. One truth. It's my job to help you see it.
It's all shut down. Kaidencho, everything. From the park to Arachi Tower.
SDF quarantine. Good news for Tokyo, bad news for us.
I thought the dragon thrived on chaos.
Someone once told me the Illuminati had all the answers.
They're saying a bomb. It's never just a bomb.
Something worse. Something that brought the filth with it.
So we fight. That's what us Templars do.
I enjoy a good fight, it's just these trousers are bloody velvet.
Sarah! Thank Gaia!
Well, that was strange. We certainly experienced something. And now we're in Tokyo. Though this must be a dream, you find yourself experiencing the aftermath of the Tokyo subway attack through another's eyes. Follow the lead of the other Secret World agents and work your way through the station down to the heart of darkness. It sounds like the situation is worsening. You should ready yourself. I thought she was going to talk to me.
Speciality Spotlight. Pistols. Understanding the chamber roulette. Use your pistol abilities to spin both chambers. When both chambers align, your pistol's abilities do additional damage for a short while. The damage bonus increases based on the rarity of the match.
Guess I don't get my old account bonus, whatever, legacy account bonus. My other 3 characters all had everything unlocked by default.
This gets out into Tokyo. It doesn't. We stop it here, whatever it takes.
Filth-infected humans like to explode. It isn't super damaging, but you can see it on those guys that they've been splashed with it.
Like all the other occult disasters, right?
We really have to stop meeting like this.
I don't remember if there's anything special to find here.
Don't let it get on you. Don't even breathe in.
This stuff can't think. It's a cancer. Cancer doesn't know you're coming, it just is.
See if that's a little better.
New plan. Fight chaos with chaos. Keep the bastards at a distance, then take them out.
That's your plan?
Well, it's a plan.
You've got points, Sarah.
Incoming! pacing myself.
They really did. It's a shame it didn't get further. This is probably about what I'll leave it at anyway.
Listen, Sarah. You have to find Zuberi. We'll hold them here. Make a stand. Got murderous strawberry smoothie. So this is a curio. It's on C. It uses a special ability on a cooldown. And down here we also have one of my other mods. This is Lorehound, which highlights the little honeycombs that we'll see over here. How so? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. These are your equips. This is a usable. Here are your weapons. Make a new bag. Or is it like more the upgrading system? Here is our first bit of, well, legend in this game. The filth. Our wisdom flows so sweet, taste and see. Transmit, initiate cephalopod signal, receive. Initiate cuddle ink frequency, handle with care. Initiate the Chernobyl syntax. Avoid contact with skin. Initiate the eel mucus lexicon. Harmful or fatal if swallowed. Flip the ace of ruin. Witness the filth. And these are, as I understand it at least, directly the buzzing speaking with us. Which are the... we swallowed a bee. That's the rest of them.
The cavalry has arrived. Even where the filth corrupts, Gaia's power endures. Take it into yourself. Breathe it out. Will this broken body mended? Good. But even Gaia would be tested by
Making a stand? Wasn't working out.
Yeah, about that. This ain't looking much better, to be honest. Now is not the time for argument.
Told you he would say that.
It's fine, we have random guy here.
Well done!
Most of the time they aren't urgent, I suppose. sure how often we get to see that
Something's
filth
coming
model.
out of the ground.
What the bloody hell is that thing?
Watch out!
We don't really get to see the pig either, since they never added the one dungeon that it really appears in. Hello, Ivy.
The gate's opening! They're not stopping!
And they will not stop. This is all to hold us back. Top marks for effort. Someone has to push through. This confusion may be all the time we have.
Someone? Go! Go!
Yeah, I'm going.
Look out! It's all coming down!
This is fine and normal. Sarah never returned.
You must leave now. They are asking for you. I'm sorry you had to see. I'm sorry.
So yes, for those just joining us, we may or may not have gotten a blowjob. And the tattooed guy, I believe, is half demon. And we were having a nice evening in our apartment, and then some monks showed up, and now we're in Seoul. So, yeah. No, we're not sprinting right now. The vision has been shared. You have seen what you are meant to see. There is no other path than the one you are on. You have been initiated. You have been found. But that does not preclude you from being lost again. In fact, it is both inevitable and necessary. Find those that are waiting for you. Thank you. Transmit. Initiate anima signal. Receive. Initiate the Enochian frequency. Witness. Initiate the Merovingian syntax. Fiaptioid. Crawling roots, heavy with sizzling sap, stab your skull. Download Holy Communion. No purchase necessary. Your eyes and ears hemorrhage boiling joy.
May be too intense for some viewers. Ecstatic agony, your molecules become undone. Some is simply required. Offer expires at the heat death of the universe. For a limited time only. The dark days cometh. Absolute zero. Maximum entropy. Act now. Initiate Agartha broadcast. Transmit. Open the 49 gates. Witness the buzzing. Alas, the one power they don't give you, a sense of direction. It was an unusually subtle plan by the Templars to poison the wells of culture against the dragon. Too subtle by far, sweetling. We saw the Illuminati whisper the plan into the proud ear of the Templars to fight a potential enemy one step removed. That said, they did give us waypoints, so I suppose that's helpful. Our wisdom flows so sweet. Taste and see. Transmit. Initiate the audio signal. Receive. Initiate Heian Zhuan frequency. I can't talk. Download. Initiate Epic of Darkness lexicon. Void where prohibited. Initiate the King Mungo protocol. Our prices are insane. Initiate the butterfly effect cadence. Do you subscribe to chaos? The green spectrum. Witness the dragon. And we'll go this way later. We have a shop over here. The bank. Never mind. Close enough. We don't need a bank. Hello? Hell? Hello? Listen, you've heard us before, our voice, a prelude to a bloody nose. Look, you've seen the weird geometry of our scribbling, illuminated mysteries behind the migraine. Our apocrypha is written in the plasma blood of your mobile phones. Read us.
Our age's instrument of chaos. The flash mob, the riot, the anonymous source, the grainy videos of atrocity. We shall be in contact. You shall be an asset to the
Initializing
dragon.
field performance module. DNA encoding recognized. Syncing. Sync complete. Field performance module online.
We got a free phone out of all of this, though. That's pretty nice. There's much we need to discuss. Daisu will see that you have received everything you need. Be certain to learn the value of upgrading your weapons before you are finished. You'll find this to be of utmost use. Not take long, however. We have an urgent assignment that will require your attention. I don't think we get games. The Dojang is a place of discovery and preparation. Familiarize yourself with the combat techniques that are available to you. When you are ready, exit the Dojang. I'm sorry. There's probably like security concerns. Most of them are probably made by Orochi anyway. So, game has a pretty low level cap relative to like the length of the game. In the original version of the Secret World, there weren't levels at all. You would just gain skill and ability points periodically, and generally it was a bit more difficult, I suppose, to kind of gauge where you were supposed to be. So pretty much they've just used levels to help kind of guide you a bit through the progression of the first few areas, and then you hit the cap. Most of your power is going to come from upgrading your weapons. Like this one. As you can see, you get a bonus for using the same type of weapon or talisman or whichever. Here it is. Sacrifice any weapon to strengthen an existing weapon. Sacrifice any talisman to strengthen an existing talisman. And you can only use like to like. Well, these are get bonuses for identical slots, but otherwise. So that's a bit stronger. I don't think this is like a suffix we really want though. Nah, this is kind of a boring suffix. We'll find a better one. And we get a free gun. And it gets the boost from also using a pistol to level it. Energy's a bit better. But we'll most likely swap these out for fancier ones later. If I can find or earn those. I don't think there's much else in here. We can fight some straw dummies. If I recall correctly, the Illuminati use holograms, and the Templars use demons that are just bound and unable to fight back. The dragon is both one and many. Each part of its body is able to move in any number of ways, but can never do so without the consent of the head. So let's go meet the head. Yeah. That's on Crowley's list of reasons why she doesn't like the Templars.
Welcome to the Dragon. Sorry about the rough handling. Time's short and we don't have the luxury of a soft landing. I'm Bong Cha. I'm the voice of the Dragon. You don't speak with the child. You don't speak with the monks. You speak with me. You get your instructions from me. That's how it works. Are we clear? We believe in free will. within boundaries. I'm gonna set those boundaries for you, and then it's up to you to make your own choices. We all have a role to play, and we're all part of the dragon. The head, the mouth, the claws and fire. Even the dust and debris swept along in our wake. We're all part of the equation. The reality disruption. We're agents of chaos, and we do what needs to be done to shape the future. We do what is necessary. At this moment, new systems are forming on Solomon Island. Think of it like the weather. A storm is brewing, and you're the butterfly. You need to flap your wings. Add another chaotic event to the mix. Aside from our rivals on the council, no one's getting in or out of Solomon Island. The only road is through Agartha, and your kind has the right-of-way in there. There are predictions, models. But even if I did show them to you, you wouldn't have a clue how to read them. Trust us to know where you'll be useful, where you'll be able to disrupt and add discord. The Templars and the Illuminati are racing to unlock the secrets of Solomon Island. We could wait and let them tear each other apart, but there are designs, models, awaiting new data, fresh agitators, acts of gentle terror. It's time to leave.
So yeah, that's the leadership of the dragon. They are led by a golden child that is killed every time they hit about 13, I believe, reincarnated, and then the dragon reforms themselves wherever the child appears next. And we won't see too much of Bong Cha. She's fairly hands-off as far as the handler goes. As I've understood it, in the other factions, the handler responds to most of the reports we turn in. I don't believe she does. I've been under the impression that they're just other random people from within the dragon that end up answering us. So we usually only see her between missions. I don't think we can even go talk to her anymore. But yes, that is the coil of the dragon. We've seen fragments of our grammar and the chaos patterns of bird flocks in flight, and hexagon angles, and the graffiti bleeding together on the wall, and the bioluminescent eyes under your bed, and the fanged city skyline that forms a runic rhyme when glimpsed upside down. A blur becomes a syntax, a foreboding scrawl emerges. So, now do we want to move on, or do we want to wander around and try to find all the dragon lore that's here? Because I will just wander around and go find things. I will try to remember where all of it is and how to reach it. Mm-hmm. Nothing else in here. No, some of these we have to climb on the rooftops for. In the chaos fractures that connect these singularities, the dragon winds its coils. You cannot follow Sweetling, but we can. We follow the dragon's spiral, the shape of the universe, molecular patterns, the snail shell, the hurricane, spinning galaxies, the flight path of vultures. We follow the dragon. We swim with the plankton and frolic with the sperm, prancing with microwaves, dancing with atoms in the head of a pin, twirling with the opiated children on the strobe flash dance floor, spirals within spirals within spirals. The totality of the dragon's coils cannot be seen by mortals, with the 3 flaccid dimensions of your jellied sockets. But there are those that dive into pandemonium blind. They chase the dragon and take its name. Their silent monks stalk your streets even now, secrets locked into mouths sewn shut. Metaphors become obsolete when thread and needles run so very deep. Buy some drinks and cigarettes there.
인상이 좋으시네요.
Well, thank you.
제가 임신하는 꿈을 꾼 적이 있어요. 잘 아시겠지만 바보 같은 꿈이죠. 남자아이와 여자아이 쌍둥이였어요. 마치 불꽃놀이를 하듯 펑펑 하면서 출산을 했죠. 그 아이를 평생 사랑하겠다고 다짐하면서 양팔로 끌어안고 행복에 빠져 있었어요. 그런데 의사 선생님이 얘기하는 거예요. 아이가 또 있어요. 또 있다니. 갑자기 무서워서 비명을 질러댔어요. 안 돼요. 도로 집어넣어 주세요. 이젠 줄 수 있는 사랑이 없다고요. 끔찍한 꿈이죠. 벌써 몇 달 전이에요. 이젠 꿈을 꾸지 않아요. 잠도 들 수 없는 걸요. 고통과 혼란이라는 표현으로 카오스를 설명하기도 하죠. 하지만 제가 그걸 믿으면 그분에 대한 믿음을 어떻게...
It's an interesting dream.
우리의 삶이 한 꼬마 아이의 변덕스러운 마음을 따라야 한다면 어떨까요? 꼬마 아이는 흙탕물에서 뛰어놀고 그네를 타겠죠. 저는 아이들을 좋아해요. 아이들의 마음을 느낄 수 있거든요. 그 아이는 나이에 비해 똑똑했어요. 주위에서 일어나는 일에 대해 모든 걸 이해했죠. 하지만 아주 외로운 아이였어요. 주일에 오는 청소년단 숫자가 조금씩 줄어들면서 시작됐어요. 처음엔
오지 않는 아이들을 재촉하고 싶지가 않아서 그냥 있었어요. 자신의 의지로 오는 게 중요하니까요. 하지만 교회에서만 그런 게 아니었어요. 공부방에도, 동아리 시설에도, 학교에도 아이들은 아무도 오지 않았어요. 어딘가로 사라진 거죠. 드래곤이 제게 뭔가를 주기 시작했어요. 단서를 따라가 보니 이상한 프로그램과 클리닉으로 연결돼 있었죠. 급기야는 그들이 열차표를 보냈어요. 같은 시간에 서로 다른 방향으로 떠나는 세상의 표였죠. 제가 선택한 열차는 오로치 테스트 클리닉에 도착했어요. 거기서 어떤 실험을 봤는데, 그리고 잘 아는 3명의 아이에 대한 기록도 찾았어요. 다른 열차의 목적지에서는 대체 얼마나 더 끔찍한 일들이 벌어지는 걸까요? 주여, 어찌한단 말입니까?
Yeah, I will. Though, they probably aren't good answers. I think I need to climb on a wall. Those who join, those who look blindly into Bedlam, let go of their ordered life. They release the rigid paradigms of the mind. They learn the paradox, to achieve order through chaos, to realize opposite forces are not contrary or in conflict, but interconnected. A rise in one precipitates the other, round and round. Yet Chaos Comp was not fully successful. Chaos is water, it tests weakness, flows into the cracks and fissures of any ordered plan. For all the Templars' efforts, for all the statues of St. George killing the worm, for all this, what child does not love dragons? Hello. We are getting very soggy, though. Maybe at this a while. As I attempt to do the awful platforming in this game. There are essentially only two jumps. The moving jump and the stationary jump. And I do not believe in me. I do not remember the rules that require getting these jumps. I'm thinking it's across here. Ah. Yeah, I don't know that I can make it. Might need to double check how to make that jump. Because he is not cooperating with me. What are we missing? 8 and 13? Nah, they're fine. I'm sure it happens like every day here. Oh look, it's a nice poster for the morning light. Got some snacks. Buy snacks? We can buy snacks if we want snacks. We don't have any money for snacks, but I happen to think I did a good job at that. And over here, this is the CEO of the Irachi group, Samuel Chandra. Very handsome. Everybody likes him. Except his wife. The dragon continues through the Xia dynasty and the Shang dynasty and the Zhou dynasty. They spread throughout Asia. They notice the secret societies to the west and are noticed in turn. Later, their hold will be weakened by the Mongol hordes. Covetous eyes will turn east, dream of expansion, and send an agent in the person of Marco Polo. Time passes. Wisdom transcends cataclysms, bleeds into new ages. Nearly 3 millennia before the birth of the affixed god, and there are Chaos Riders, who will call themselves the Dragon, in ancient China. They cast ripples, guiding the fractal pattern growth of civilization. Some among them will echo in the mythology as the 3 sovereigns and the 5 emperors. Found a fight club that I don't think anybody ever uses. Time passes, but what is time? The dragon spirals and all points become one. These days see the Cabal based in Seoul, South Korea. They are the most unknowable. They are the humble mask over the devious core. They learnt to play the Western secret worlders against one another, to more subtly stake their influence. While the others grab rough and rude control over the world, the dragon rides the waves of chance, taps disturbances in the water, for they can read the ripples.
서울경찰청 드래곤 담당 부서에서 근무 중인 경사입니다.
Hi.
제 임무는 경찰과 드래곤이 최대한 조화롭고 효율적으로 일할 수 있도록 돕는 일이죠. 우리는 당신들 뒤를 봐주고 당신들은 서울을 위협하는 초자연적인 사건들을 막도록 돕는 것. 공평한 거래 아닙니까? 가끔 서로 적당히 모르는 척하기만 하면 관계는 잘 유지될 겁니다. 드래곤에 대해서라면 나보다 당신이 더
We don't know anything, so.
드래곤에 대해 아는 사람은 아무도 없어요. 그게 드래곤에 대한 진실이죠.
It's fair.
서울은 내 고향입니다. 꼭 지켜낼 거예요. 당신이 말썽만 일으키지 않으면 우리 사이엔 아무런 문제도 없을 거예요. 나중에 봅시다.
Yeah, we've seen everything there is to see in Seoul. Or this little corner of Seoul, anyway. Kinds of wine. Initiate the secret histories. Warning, chaos ripples. Disruption is imminent. Our vision warps. The most difficult secret society to track. Apply dynamical filter. Initiate. In the beginning. No, not far enough. Rewind. Before the beginning. There have been at least 4 beginnings. Before, a childling prophet glimpsed the dragon's tail in the nanosecond equations of rippling water. She grabbed the tail. They found her that night half drowned. Before she died, she whispered the name of the dragon, opening its mouth. A 9-headed naga slithered out, each serpent head singing 9 discordant truths. The childling whispered those truths with her final breaths. Those who listened became the first converts. We're only missing 2. Since I can't get 8 and 13. because I'm bad at video games. Still over here somewhere. 13. Where's 2? There's 2. Oh, there's 2. Before Gaia, there was chaos. A man leaps off a high rise, flapping his arms all the way down. Across the world, a moon cycle later, a tsunami savages a coastal town. What connects these events? The motion of his arms, the scream of despair silenced by terminal velocity, the chemical composition of the ink in the letter he left, the light refracting in the tears of she who read it, the pattern of his wet Rorschach impact on the cracked pavement. We'll try for 8 and 13 a couple more times, and then we'll move on. I suppose it's been a couple hours since I started, too. Okay, yeah, I give up. Moving on. We will head into Agartha.
Yes? Now this is the Hollow Earth, Agartha. I do hope you're not here for the local service. It's running somewhat tardy. And by my watch, it's 100 years overdue at 1:15. Judging from the cut of you, you're more of a world traveller. Well, you've come to the right place. This underground realm, like the great British rail system, is the very model of efficiency. Agartha's thoroughfares sprout from the Tree of Life and connect back to the surface. Distance and time bend in here. Why, you can cross the globe in a brisk walk. Now, of course, it's perfectly safe. No one's entirely sure how it works. Quite bedeviled, the science boffins, but I'm assured they have their top men on it. Top men. Now, you'll need one of these. Mind your fingers. Thank you. Fascinating devices. Fortunately, there's still enough to hand out like sweets. Consider it your anchor to the Hollow Earth. It can return you here in a flash, proverbially and quite literally. Well then, onwards to the New England coast, what?
Here we are. This place used to be more difficult to navigate. You did have to run along the branches to find the portals you need, but in Legends, they're all connected to the main mall over there, in that big tree. From here, we can get to the different hubs. So there's Seoul. We have London here. New York. And Venice. The Sunken Library. And we'll most likely be visiting each of them later. But it's so homey and warm. Honey-colored. Our wisdom flows so sweet. Taste and see. Transmit. Initiate anima signal. Receive. Initiate the all-in one and all frequency. This way to the egress. Initiate transportation prerogative. Mind the gap. Initiate geomantic protocols. Witness. Agartha. I suppose it's like one of the biggest hubs. Like the New England maps individually only hold about 10 people each. I think the bigger hubs like Seoul and London hold a few more, but I don't know, could just be busyness. The miserable gate over there is Tokyo. And there's also like a kind of secret hidden one. Might be it over there? No, that one, down at the bottom. It leads to an interesting place too, but not one we can handle right now.
Mine edges. They're perfectly safe, though.
And they are perfectly safe. We can jump off and we'll just end up back here.
I suppose one day my services will no longer be required to man the platforms. Modernisation encroaches on us all. Ticket machines, indeed. Good for addition, I don't doubt. Always with the correct change. Yet somewhat lacking in the human touch. Like my thunderous mechanical companions here.
These guys are the custodians. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I doff my cap to them, though.
For how many centuries they patrolled these stations alone, who can say? I pride myself on punctuality and dedication, but they are the original article.
I believe the custodians are third age. It has that kind of steampunky-ish aesthetic going, as far as I recall.
What faces they must have seen. Many gentlemen explorers, ladies too, have stepped before you into Agartha's honeyed halls. That pleasant Norwegian chap, for one. Amundsen. Yes, you're in fine company. Fine company indeed. I vouch a ticket machine wouldn't tell you that. You'll get used to the balmy temperature. It's for the bees. They prefer it. Their honey is remarkable, though the aftertaste, a little like machine oil. Her Majesty once commented favourably on Agartha to me. A work of quite miraculous craftsmanship. I believe to tour it was one of her few joys after Albert passed. Well, try not to approach all this as something unnatural. It may not follow the accepted theories of the Earth's consistency. I assure you, though, it is very much a part of our world. Over the years, these halls have expanded and contracted with the growth of the tree. Like breathing, I expect. Fresh branches find their way to the surface, to many different surfaces. The older growth, further down, leads to other places in other times. Stacked like those Russian dolls that were all the rage in Paris. Why, I encountered myself as a young man once. Curious thing. Topside speaking, I admit to falling a touch behind the times. Out of date. Well, you understand, though, a massive flora-mechanical network won't run itself. One always finds something needing doing down here. I'm certainly more of a groundsman than an engineer. And were we vanished from the world, perish the thought, Agartha would still perpetuate. A golden age without tarnish. I say without tarnish, but in confidence, troubling events are afoot.
Yeah, there's some tarnish showing. Putting it very lightly.
Tremors like a distant thunder. Outpourings of an horrific black water. I believe it gathers far beneath us in great reservoirs. And yet I haven't the nerve to put that theorem to the test. Well, listen to me go on about the rot in the tree of life. You have so many pressing cloak and dagger affairs to see to up there in the world of man. I shouldn't think there's anything to worry about. Not yet. Mind the edges. They're perfectly safe, though.
You've heard shards of our voice in the phantom radio code of a number station, and the roar of a crowd, and the screams of your clock, and the scrape of a chalkboard, and the snow static of the TV, and the chainsaw decibel mating of the cicadas, and the urban mythos that spreads amongst children like a contagion, and the silence between lies. White noise becomes a cadence, words develop self-awareness, viral, evolving, living poetry, sentient language. This is the mall. All kinds of different shops along the outer edges. A bank, an auction house. We've got
stations for some of the various factions to hang out. During the equinoxes, sometimes there's a druid representative that hangs out up here. Agartha's heart is the tree, the wisdom tree, the world tree, the connection between all points. It grew before the first age, branches and roots burrowing into all possibilities. The pumping blood that is the sap flows in luminescent gold. The tree is the divine biotech computer, her palpitating heart. Got a nice restaurant up here. If you just want to hang out and enjoy the view. There's a club downstairs. It's been here. I mean, we never really had reason to come in here. Who were the builders? The Titans? You will know in time, but we must not break you yet. You know some of the secret names. Enlightenment hurts and wisdom compounds. Your skeleton grows into an agony, and you don't know where your epidermis will rupture. Breathe, sweetling. This too shall pass. Pains are relative, and this one will become very small in time. We will see you in the half-light. That is also fair. Come see the Immaculate Machine. You know her name. It rests on your tongue, a comforting weight when you walk in the dark. Gaia. She called you. She woke you from your somnambulist life. She filled your brain pan with anima, which flows from Agartha, from the tree. She gave you strength to rend the lion and eat its honeyed entrails. You are the antibody. The sickness spreads, and you must keep running. This guy does the agent system stuff. This one does loot box stuff. These guys do just some kind of basic weapons and talismans. This is for fusion. Or if you want to skip ahead a little bit. Snacks. Distilled anima for boosting your healing and regen abilities. Rides. Got scooters, hoverboards, motorcycles. Pets. Kitty. Clothing. Titles. Spider motorcycle is a loot box thing, alas. Not currently running. They might put it back into circulation like closer to Halloween. I think it's that loot box. Fancy outfits. What? Maybe that one. Some of these are like achievement based, they unlock. Oh, there. The Whispering Tide was like one of the first events they ran. It went when they first unlocked Tokyo. So they've left the lore laying around, but you can't actually get any parts of it anymore. You had to fight a giant bird. A lot. It had some like outfits, I think, that I kind of wanted to get on Crowley, but she started too late. Warning! Our signal is corrupted. Our words defiled. Contaminant grammar teeming with beetle, rancid, something fetal, pandemonium, fungal, cyclisis. Lots of words. Stagnant mollusk, cataract, howling, chaos, worm, fire, ruins, curdling, eel, bile, contamination, tendrils, mildew, oyster, clot. Problems. It's the gatekeeper. They're very friendly. You fight them sometimes around the anniversary of like when the game launched. Care about South Africa right now. Public raids are that way. People can start them with when they collect like certain items or enough of them. I think they usually do them on Saturdays, maybe, or I don't know. I don't remember. Egypt. The hubs where we came from earlier. Pennsylvania. This is where the special event bosses show up. We hang out here, go in there. The crawling words. Please stand by. Vermiculated fractals coagulate into a tenebrous reality. Oh, mother! Oh, sweet immaculate machine, please send all your vampire bats to spit on it. Warning, the 0-point pathogen. Nurgle's rot. The blackworm jism. It's here. Patient has gone septic. The filth! The undulent dread. Nothing sacred, nothing safe. Over here, we have training rounds if we want to like test our DPS against different things. jump down on the branches and twigs. Well, you're allowed to go to sleep. I don't know how much longer I'll keep playing. Maybe till the top of the next hour or so. I just hop around Agartha a little bit, see if we can find some of the hidden lore that's around here. What's this? I can't call it nameless. We don't care about right now. We'll go this way. Initiate the diagonal stepping prerogative. Enter Agartha. You've always known it was here, this strangeness familiar, the subterranean realm, the pathways to all space and time. The doors, the doors, the doors! Things that you may designate godlike or demonic roam the transdimension corridors and cities. Hulking automatons patrol the way. I think this guy will lead us to another lore. Just walk with him for now. You got anything for me, buddy? No? I thought you did something. Did I break you? Maybe? Oh, there you go. You probably aren't actually the one that does anything. Friend, their footsteps sounds broke. I mean, it's pretty impressive you can walk so quietly. Oh, there you go. No? Are we in fact going somewhere? Maybe?
gonna get all the way here and you're just gonna turn around, aren't you? Please don't. Please actually do something. You're just turning around, huh? Oh well. I could have sworn there was one of those guys that... I just noticed the little blue light up on top. That's cute. But yeah, I think there's one that, if you followed it, makes a lure appear. We'll run back to the other end of this branch and snoop around, and then we'll probably call it for this evening. I didn't mean to start earlier, but... Let's go take a look at New England, and we will wrap up. You are to be the claws and fire of the dragon in a place called Solomon Island. Allow yourself to be caught in its storm while remaining ever mindful of your capacity to control it. A series of interconnected passages bridge the hollow portions of the earth. Time and space are compressed within the ancient network, making Agartha an efficient system of travel for those who know how to navigate its mysteries. We see you. There is no turning back. Who are we? It depends on who's looking. Initiate the King James Protocol. The code is 24 and 13 and 14. The password is Proverbs. Transmit. My child, eat thou honey, because it is good. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul.
Promoted. Faction rank increased. New rank, the Receptive.
Here we are. Oh, sweetling, once our voice came to you so faintly. No more. Now we thunder down the varicose fiber optic ley lines that fill the world tree's limbs, stretching here and there and everywhere. Your anima antenna head quickens. The goddess machine pulses. What an interesting place we've come out at. But yeah, these are an animal well. If we die, there are respawn points. There are also fast travel points. Yeah. What a weird ship the world tree is pushed out of the ground there.
Oh, don't worry, kid. You haven't gone back in time. I just happen to be the last of the cowboys. Got your southern welcome right here. Mesquite beans, Texas style. Good ought to face evil on a full stomach. Name's Boone. I'm a troubleshooter. You and I need to have a little powwow before you go shooting for trouble. Chaos theory is all well and good in theory, but what we're dealing with here is chaos in practice. And what'll a dragon make of that? Sure, you can be divided in purpose, but we gotta stand united against darkness. This ain't my first rodeo. I know we're gonna need all the unity we can get. Don't mean to say you stepped into hell, but when the wind blows west, you can just about smell the brimstone. All we know is death and fog came from the sea, or someone brought it back with them. If I was a gambling man, I'd put money on that someone still being around. Bunch of survivors holed up in Kingsmouth town. Follow that main road and the sound of gunfire, you'll come to the sheriff's office. Kid, whatever your reasons for being here, you find out what those people died for, and you bring a reckoning.
Kingsmouth, a once peaceful town in New England, has been overrun by the living dead. The survivors are holed up at the sheriff's office. Question them to learn more about this undead infestation. Jack Boone talked about how death and fog came to Solomon Island from the sea, that someone brought it back with them. He believes that someone is still around, that whatever the reasons anyone might have for being here, they should find out what the fog is, how it came, and what the people of Kingsmouth died for. He said the few survivors are mostly gathered to the east, at the sheriff's office in Kingsmouth. And with that, we will wrap up. So, thank you for being here, Pim and IBB. Yeah, he is. We love Andy. Good lad, that Andy. Andy and his kittens. But yeah, thank you for coming. Keeping me company as I wander about and fail to make jumps and fall off of things. Yeah. Have a good evening, everyone.